Alright, so we got our head, and then we're going to go in and do the mouth. So what you're going to start out with having, so let's say it was this character, and I went in, I'm just going to get rid of all of this. And I want to start working on the mouth. So I'm going to get rid of some of this business since I don't need all of this stuff to tell me anything. What you want is you're going to have your mouth and you're going to have the jaw together as one symbol. So I can go in and cut this out like this. I don't want to keep that nose though. Oh, what happened there? Because the nose is just going to be staying still, right? Oops. Okay, I'm going to take it off of the skull. I'm just going to paste it up here in place. So I've got just my mouth shape, and I'm going to move some of these down the lane here because I want to be able to have enough space in here to have those 12 mouth shape frames and to be able to scrub through and just to see that they all kind of work together. Okay. So I got my mouth. I'm going to turn that into a symbol, and I'm going to call it 3/4 mouth. T or something, whatever the name of your character is. It's good to have that in there as well. Inside, you're going to put this out to 12 frames. Okay. Yeah, this is where I think I need my hand. This last one here, this is just what I used to, I draw it out all on the board, and then I was like, I'm just going to take a picture of this so I can keep it every time. This is the order and the phonetics that you're going to have for each of those mouths. So, I have this here. I'm just going to start by just making a bunch of blank keyframes. So you're going to have mouths on one layer, and you're going to have another layer, and it's going to have the jaw on it. Because what we can do is, so this will be jaw, I'll name this one mouth, is that we can draw one jaw, and we can kind of use the symbols to move it up and down and make it work easily. Okay, so number one, I'm going to draw this jaw in. I'm just going to copy what's there. So I want to have this go to here. I want to have it to kind of go up to the ear. Now it's going to get hidden behind this hair back here, so I'm not super too concerned with this. This one up here, though, I am concerned with because it's something that's going to be seen on the outside of how it attaches. A good way to design your characters is to have the eyeball over top of where that head and the jaw join. So if you can put an eyeball there or something that can cover over top of it, even if it's hair or something, it'll help to make it not look symbol-y and moving all around. The other thing that you're going to do with that jaw is you're going to turn it into a symbol. I'm going to call it jaw 3/4. And when you're moving this 3/4 jaw in particular, you're going to want to have the center point not be here, but I want it to draw down from where your jaw would naturally draw down, which is where, oh my god, where it's attached here around your ears. So I'm going to move this up to here. Okay, then you can start putting in all of your, I'm just going to get rid of this mouth. You can start with the first one, which is just, let's do this, M. So it could be smiling. I don't know that either of these characters are going to be smiling though. So they may be neutral looking, or if it's your guy, he may be angry looking. Up to you. They could have lips, but the main thing is that the lips are going to be closed for that first one. It's going to be an M. So let's just do this. The next one, and what I like to do is actually skip up to the 5 where you're saying ah. That ah mouth. You guys have gone through the phonetics and all this with Rick before, or have you? No?
Yeah, we switched all the lip sync.
And he kind of told us like there's a lip sync chart on the book, so we just kind of go by that.
Okay. Well, this is good then. It's all new. So the 5 mouth, the ahs, when you're going to have your mouth open the widest. So what I like to do is do the 2 extremes, and then you in between those ones in there, because your T or the E or the A should never be open wider than the ah. Is this sounding weird? Yeah. Oh, so let's do ah. Let's do something like this. Now, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to also open this jaw up. So I'm going to put another keyframe there, and I'm going to stretch it out. Oh, oh. So this will be the very extremes, and then I can draw in this mouth. So it's going to be an open mouth with top teeth and a tongue. So it'll be like, ah. Now, what I can do here is I can create a classic tween. Because this is the most open, the way I'm going to draw in these other mouths, I'm going to make them go from the least open to the most open. So T, E is in the middle, so I'll do that next. And I can draw this in between here. So I want it to be in between the closed mouth, whoops, and the total ah. But I'll have the teeth closed for T, right? T. Now, one of the things about lip sync that you really always need to remember is that your top teeth never move. They're attached to your skull. So your lips will always move around them. Your bottom jaw will move up and down, and your bottom teeth will move, but those top teeth never move. They're immovable. So lips can go up and around them to show more teeth, or like Mr. Ed or whatever, but that the teeth themselves are never going to move. So you always want to be drawing over them, or you can draw the teeth once and then copy and paste them all the way along and draw the lips around them, which is a good way. So you go in here and then you can just draw quickly the rest of the, so that one was a T, this one is an A. It's very similar to the other A, just less, not as open as much. And then, oh, I did this wrong. This should be E. So sorry, the middle one is E, which is going to have two, you're going to see both of your teeth, but there's still going to be an open mouth. And then this one is going to be the T. Maybe I should, so we're going to have top teeth always be the same. Let's put this in between there. That probably would help to zoom in a little bit and not draw out as far as I was drawing. Okay, there we go. So we got something happening here already. Blah, blah, blah. Then you can go along and fill in these other mouth shapes here. But if you'll notice on the side of this chart, it says the jaw, it says closed, and then do this classic tween, open as big as it gets. Now, I've got some other symbols here. It just says same as 4, same as 3, same as 3, same as 3, same as 2. So I did a motion tween, but I'm just going to go back and I'm going to turn all of these with the F6 into individual symbols. So where it says same as 4 for this L, I can go to the fourth one, I can copy it and I paste it here, and it's the same jaw. The reason that I'm doing this is so that you never have a jaw open wider than the mouth is open. So if that ah shape at shape 5 is the widest my jaw will ever be open, then these other ones doing an L or an oo or a f or a f or a those jaws will never be open any wider than that fifth. So I can, if I just use all of these, you'll have a very smooth lip sync as you go. It won't pop or do anything. So I only have to use those, and then I can go back and copy and paste them where they need to go in relation to these 12 letter shapes here. So I got these ones. I'm just going to go, I'm not going to draw anymore. I'm going to show you guys the rest from this shaped snake charmer head. So here they are here. Up here I can extend this to be large, so if you want to see these indications, or when you click on them, it'll be over here where the label is. So this is what I'd call a small M or a but it's also, if you look in that other chart, oops. What? Yeah, I made my keyframes huge. So up here, this is a little indicator, so I can make them tiny if I wanted to see more of what's going on in my timeline. Usually, you can make them small. Usually it's set to normal, and then I just put it on large so I could see what's in there when I'm zoomed in. But always, even if I couldn't see in there, if it was set to normal and I click on here, the label will be over here and I'll be able to tell what it is. But I'll just do it large for the purpose of this. So I got my M, my T, my E, A, my A. Then I got the L, the E, which is kind of like an E, but your corners of your mouth we're going to go down for the eh, eh, eh. This one is the O, so it would be like, what's an O? No, this one. Over there. This would be the O that you use. Now, ooh, that's going to be different. Ooh la la, right? And then we've got the TH sound. Usually, you're going to see this a lot in cartoons where they have the tongue actually sticking out. And if you ever watched like Ren and Stimpy, they talk and their tongue like sticks out really a lot. So they're talking, and it's almost like they should be talking like this, but it's just like a little added emphasis on there with the tongue sticking out. So it's fun to have that sticking out a little bit there. The F and the V, we want to have like a bunching up of the bottom lip, that the teeth are going to be biting into that bottom lip. And then we have what's called a hard M, where you might say something like, this food is good, or something, where it's very hard and your lips are pursed together. Okay. Any questions about? That's just everything in kind of in a nutshell. So if I go back out here, let me just make this a bit smaller again, and then I can see as I go through frame by frame, I can see all of the lips in there. When you get into putting them into your symbol, this is this head sync here, what's going to happen, oops, show him. Now let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. What you're going to have is, here's my mouth layer here, and what I've done is inside of this is still all of the mouth shapes in there. But what is happening on the outside is that I have this particular symbol set. Where is this one? Yeah, it's there. Oops, I just can't see the edge here. Oh, there we go. If you go down here to looping, and you can see what just happened to me. I don't know if I can get rid of this anymore. Let's close that. Or you can move this even. Oops. Off of here, and it'll extend this out, but there's usually a little bar on the side so you can get down to the looping part. Usually it's closed. You'll have to open it. But instead of playing all the way through, or I could make it still play all the way through, if I looped it, there's all my letters again. But what I want is for this, and you have to click on the symbol itself. I want this set to play a single frame, and then it'll just play frame 1. Or I could set it to play frame 8. Or I could set it to play frame 12. Or whatever frame you want. So in that sense, as you're going through, it's kind of like lip sync by numbers. So you go along, you'll say, okay, he's saying L, so it's 6. So I can go in there, 6. Then he's saying T. I don't know what that word would be, but then I can switch it to number 2. Okay, as you're going along. So you're just making a new keyframe. This one is set. Oh, this one is where I've drawn them in. So if you want to take a look, I'll put these files on Blackboard for you guys to take a look at. Any place that you see I have a little anchor here is just something that I've drawn in that wasn't in between. I think he's going, oh, and I only have these 2 A's. I want it to be more drawn out, so I just added more in between so it would be slower when he's dropping his jaw and saying, oh. So these are actually drawn in, but then the rest it switches back to being just that symbol again. Oh. Oh. Now, the only thing different about these jaws, and you'll see it's written on here for the ooh, the O and the ooh, you're going to have your lips are going to stick out a little bit. Because they stick out a little bit, your jaw is going to come up a little bit and actually go forward a little bit. So if I was going to do it here for this jaw, let me just draw in the oohs. I'm going to use number, let's see what it says here, number 3. And let's say, I'll go up here and I'll draw in the mouth. Ooh. No, I got it on this one. Oops. So I got this as a ooh kind of mouth. What I'll want to do with this is to put it up a little bit and then slightly forward. That might be too much. There we go. Ooh! Ow! 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 So the O is going to be forward slightly, and then the oo is going to be forward a bit more than the O. If that makes sense. Okay. Ow! So we've got blinks, heads, turns, secondary, any kind of hair or anything else that's on top of their head, hats. Glasses are going to go on top, and then you got your lip sync on there.